So Jordan, what do you love the most about being an aerialist?
Wow. Okay. Well, it's kind of like my favorite thing in the world. So there's so many different components to it, but I think my favorite thing is gonna have to be the amount of like what I've learned in terms of qualities like discipline. I've learned a lot about being a more disciplined individual, but I also really love to see progress. Aerial is kind of, once you get to a certain point in your training, you're going to start to realize that it's not going to be about the results. And that first day when you walk into the gym, you're going to be, how long is it going to take, because I hear this every single class, how long is it going to take for me to get to this point, or this point, or that point? And then years later, when you look back at those questions, you're going to be on to the next thing. So it's very much a process, and so I realized that aerial kind of teaches you more about the appreciation of the process, because once you get to that point, you're going to be moving on to a new skill, a new sequence, and so you really learn to appreciate that in your training as opposed to the results that you get. And I think that's something that you can kind of apply to the rest of your life, because it's very much just being very mindful, being very present, and appreciating the fact that you can do these things. Because, you know, that first day, it's very, like we said earlier, it's very jarring. So being able to look back after you've really dedicated your time and stayed consistent, it's one of the most satisfying feelings in the world.
What's the best thing about aerialists? Like, what do you love about it?
I love aerial because for me, and I see it in a lot of other students as well, it kind of, for me, it helps me, dance in general helps me process my life, emotions, and things that I'm going through. So I'm able to kind of find a sense of self, and even though I'm in the air, I feel more grounded emotionally, and it keeps me physically fit, so that's just the bonus point. But it's more for my mental health that I love dance and I love aerial. And so getting lost in the moment is, I'm sure you've experienced this in other forms of dance as well. Like you just start lost and you just feel so light and so free in those moments. So that's the best thing to me. And personally, I love being lifted very high. So again, I worked in a show where we had a rig and I would be lifted like 20 feet in the air. And when you're lifted so high and you're spinning and you're just doing these difficult moves, nothing else in the world matters. That's the only thing, that's your focus. It's like complete and total focus. So you're centered in your mind.